Our attention to Maryland right now. The Senate race is one of the top races that we've been following. Just before 10 p.m. last night, the AP projected that Democrat Angela Alsobrooks will win this race over former Governor Larry Hogan, and that makes Alsobrooks Maryland's first black senator.
These results came at no surprise. Polls show the Prince George's County executive leading weeks leading up to Election Day. Our Randy Ayala is outside the hotel at the University of Maryland College Park, where Senator-elect Alsobrooks held her watch party. And Randy, Alsobrooks scooped up a victory, but Democrats don't have the night they were hoping for.
Yeah, there's been some flips. Good morning to both of you, but this was certainly the win the Alsobrooks campaign was hoping for. Things quiet out here now, but there was a lot of energy, a lot of excitement inside that watch party last night. As you mentioned, though, while this is a win for Alsobrooks, early this morning, Republicans took control of the Senate for the first time in 4 years. So a lot of folks, a lot of questions about what this will look like moving forward. But I want to get into this race, one of the most expensive Senate races in the country this election season. More than $156 million being spent between both candidates. Of course, we know Angela Alsobrooks has served as the Prince George's County executive since 2018. Before that, she served as the county's state's attorney for 8 years. Born and raised in Prince George's County, Alsobrooks defeated former two-time Republican Governor Larry Hogan, and she'll be replacing 81-year-old Democratic Senator Ben Cardin, who's retiring the end of this year. Alsobrooks is the third black woman to ever be elected to the U.S. Senate and the first for Maryland. Of course, a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, as I mentioned, inside this watch party last night. Alsobrooks thanked voters for showing up at the polls.
You all know we started a little later tonight. And you know why that was? Is because our college students and first-time voters, so many of them showed up at the polls tonight. They had to keep the polls open later because our children came out to vote tonight. And so I want to just say thank you to them, and also want to just give a special shout out to my hometown, Prince George's County.
Now, Hogan delivered a concession speech shortly after the race was called. Last night, we also heard from Maryland Governor Wes Moore, just talking about history being made in the state of Maryland. He talked about how 2 years ago, the state made history electing him as the first black governor of the state, and kind of paralleling that to the state electing Angela Alsobrooks as the first black woman to represent Maryland in the U.S. Senate. But of course, something that we will be watching closely, this balance of power. There's been a lot of talk about that, guys. But that's the latest here in College Park. For now, I'll send it back to you in the studio.